All right. Welcome to our second new coach training call. This is, oh my God, what is today's? Oh, April 1st, April Fool's Day. So I'm not going to say any April Fool's jokes. And thank goodness none has been played on me today, but my husband's not home yet, so we'll see. I'm surprised one hasn't happened yet. Um, so this week we're learning about inviting, and inviting is actually more than just sending out an invitation to a challenge group, but it is a huge piece of it. One of the three vital behaviors is invite, invite, invite. But to me, that actually means a lot more than just sending out a personal message, inviting them to join a challenge group. To me, inviting means starting relationships with people. Inviting to me means reaching out and sending friend requests to expand your network. Because your friends, your own close friends and family, that you have on Facebook right now are only going to last you so long. And then you're going to want to start building your other network of people to help grow your business. I would say the first 3 months is basically going to be like your friends and family. And I think as a new coach, it's key for you to start building relationships from, starting now. And I actually made the mistake of not doing that. So what do I mean by building relationships? So people, and this was really hard for me in the beginning, I'll have to admit. I came from a very cliquey high school. I don't know if I shared this with you, and I just never was a part of the in crowd. And, Kathleen, my coach, always encouraged me to start friend requesting people and start conversations with these people that I wasn't even friends with in high school. And I'm like, how can I do that? But then slowly as I closed my eyes and hit that, send friend request, and they accept it, I'm like, whoa. And then the first time I sent them a message, saying, oh my God, it's been a gazillion years, how are you? Like, my heart was just, but I had to do that because my business was going nowhere, and I was just very anxious to grow. So, the more people that you reach out to, the more relationships you start forming, the more people that are going to be paying attention to you and what you're posting. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So also people that I don't know. So then after I got past the high school and trying to jog my memory of people that, who can I send a friend request? Who do I know? So then when I see people post about oh my God, I lost 20 pounds, or, oh my God, blah, 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 I want to start a weight loss journey, or whatever it is. I friend request everybody that comments underneath that saying, oh, I need to also, or I wish I had your motivation. I send friend requests to everybody underneath that because I want to start building relationships with those people. A, I know that they want to lose weight. B, I know that I can help them do that. C, I know our challenge groups provide that motivation to help people stay on track, so. And if you send a friend request and they don't accept it, what do you have to lose? Nothing, right? If you send a message to somebody and they don't respond, which I have to admit, I had a really hard time with at the beginning. It was always, excuse my language, a kick in the balls for me. But, I got over that because, and you're going to learn a little bit about objections, I think, in the beginning of next week, because when you send out an invite, when you send out a message, and when I say send out a message, non-Beachbody related, by the way, your first message to somebody should never be Beachbody related. That actually just comes up in conversation. How, you get over the, how are you, your mom, or, I can't believe you're a mom, your kids are cute, whatever you guys have in common, whatever, which I always use the kids are cute because I felt like that's what I can relate to most as a mom. But, whoa, where was I just going with my thought? Does that ever happen, anybody? Anyway, it was like, you know, I took it personal when I didn't hear back from these people sometimes, and it's not all the time, or when I send out an invitation to somebody to join my challenge group and they never responded, or they told me no. It really affected me personally. But what you're going to learn in this business is that the majority of people that you talk to at first are going to say no. So I want you guys to get used to that right now. Expect that no. And there's actually a book called Go for No, which I highly recommend. You want to go for no, because I feel, and this is where the compound effect book comes into play, because that's the first conversation that you have with somebody, that first, you know, the first invitation that you send and the first no you get, the first conversation you have, that's the first your seed you're planting in their mind. And then they're going to see, you know, your Facebook posts. And then they're going to see, you know, you're going to continue to have conversations with them. And they're going to continue to see, you know, you posting about other, you know, successes in your challenge groups, or whatever it is. They're going to start following your journey, and they're going to start noticing you. And then eventually that no is going to turn into a yes. And again, I had a really hard time with that in the beginning. But then once I started getting the yeses from my no's, I was just like, wow. So it's the compound effect, you know. The more seeds you plant in their mind, the bigger the reward, and they're going to come around, I promise. And they may try Avocare, they may try Isogenics, they may try Weight Watchers, they may try the new fad diet, the diet pill. But you know what? By watching your posts and showing that you are the product of the product, and what you're doing is working, and it is the real way, the right way, they're going to want to, and they're going to want to do it. Does that make sense? So I know it's easy for me to sit here and say, don't get discouraged when you get a no, because you are. And, but just keep in the back of your mind that, you know, one day they are going to join your challenge group, and they are going to turn into a yes. Sarah, I think, you know, you said no to me originally when I, you know, messaged you about Shakeology, right? Yeah. So,
yes.
Yeah. So, you know, it's, but eventually, I mean, I'm sure, I'm not sure if you remember what made you change your mind. Do you remember, or?
I got the sample pack. I think it was, my issue was the whole thing was the money.
Yeah.
And then the other issue was the taste. I had the original ones and I didn't like them. So I tried the chocolate one, the vegan, and then I liked it. So then I was like, I'll buy it then.
Yeah. And that's actually going to be your biggest objection that you get, is price. It's going to be the very first objection you all are going to get, because these people don't understand the value. Okay. But what I want you guys to also understand, that a no doesn't necessarily mean no. It could mean that they're fearful of failing, or they're not ready, or there's always another meaning behind the word no for them, or they just don't understand the value of Shakeology yet. They think it's just another shake on the market that's, you know, gonna promise the world and not do anything, or, you know, they rather get their nutrients from food, not understanding all the nutrients that there is in the one shake you can't get from, you know, consuming, you know, food or whatever is impossible with 70 superfoods that you're getting in, you know, every shake. So that no always means something. So it's, you know, just bear with them that eventually, you know, they will come around. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The other thing that I wanted to talk to you guys about is setting business hours. And I made the mistake of not doing this in the beginning. I heard a lot from top coaches on calls telling me to set business hours. And I'm like, who needs business hours, right? So what I found was that in between my son's cries, or in between naps, or in between, you know, wherever time that I could fit it in, like I was just on the computer trying to return a message or whatever it was, but I was never actually sitting down focusing on it. So I wasn't really doing anything. I was just whatever, just trying to get through the day and trying to catch up on my work. And then I started setting business hours for me. So I want you all to think about how you can fit Beachbody in your life right now, even the coach training that you're going through right now, because you all work, you all have lives, you all have a lot going on. So it's finding that time to sit down and concentrate and doing the work, because especially now, because you guys want to focus. You don't want to just get an assignment done just to get it done. You want to actually learn to be a good coach. So when you're done with this training program, you have some sense of, what we're doing, right? So it's so important. So like for me, when I finally had my aha moment, I was like, you know what, let me set up business hours for me. So in the morning, basically what I do, I rush before my son wakes up, and I check into my challenge groups. That should always be, and I know right now you guys don't have that going on, but your challenge groups are basically the bread and butter of your business. So if you're assigned to post, you should probably do that very first thing in the morning, if you can, if you have the few minutes. But all you need is a few minutes to post, and then do whatever in the challenge group. So that's basically what I do in the morning, is I post in my challenge groups. And if I can, at that moment, if my son's not awake, or if I have an extra few minutes, I'll actually check in and comment on, the people who posted the night before. So then, I do have the advantage of being a stay-at-home mom. So while my son naps, is basically when I get to do my work. So before, I always did my workout while my son was sleeping, and being a product of the product is the most important aspect of this business. So I always suggest you do that first in your business hours, if that makes sense. And then everything else comes second, because if you're not a product of the product, if you're not taking care of yourself, you're not going to be able to, to basically sell the product. So, so I always, when my son was younger, I always did it during his nap time first. His very first nap time, every single day, I did my workout. But now I actually want him to see me work out, and it's actually really cute because he tries to climb on me and whatever. So I now wait for him to wake up. So I feel that fitness and exercise and nutrition and all that is very important for them to learn at a young age. But anyway, I digress. So he, so then that's where I concentrate. That's where I send out my invitations. That's where I have I start my relationships with people and message people and send my friend requests and whatever I need to do during those hours. And then an hour, so then my husband, yes, I schedule in my husband. From the moment we put our son to sleep between 7:30 and 8 till 9 o'clock, that's actually our time. Because that was the other thing. I felt like being a coach was interfering with my marriage, because I was so focused on working that I wasn't spending any time with my husband. So I actually scheduled that time in to spend with him. And then, starting at 9 o'clock, because that's where the majority of the calls happen, I get on my calls, and that's when I focus till whenever I go to sleep. So those are my business hours. But I know that, again, I have the advantage of being a stay-at-home mom, that I know so many coaches who start out having a full-time job that have a power hour every single night. Every single night they sit down and they focus, and they get everything that they need to do done within that hour. And if you go into the Dreamers, Believers, Achievers page, our cover photo actually shows step-by-step what should be done in that power hour. And they built a successful business during that hour. So, what I'm asking of you guys is to try and at least set aside at least 1 hour to sit down and focus 100% if possible. And for me in the beginning, I sacrificed a lot. So in the very beginning, me being a new mom, I didn't understand the concept of really how to work this business. I didn't get it. During my son's naps, I still sat down and I laid and I watched TV. At night, TV always came first for me. My shows were very important. Sleeping in was also very important to me as well. But then my focus started to change because I wasn't succeeding. I wasn't getting anywhere in my business. My business wasn't growing. Why? Because I wasn't doing what I was supposed to be doing. I wasn't doing the 3 vital behaviors. I wasn't inviting. I wasn't doing anything. So Success Club, which is something that I'll talk about next, but I'm sure you guys have heard those words, Success Club. My goal as a new coach every single month was to hit Success Club, and I did not hit it the third month, and I was devastated because that month Beachbody had this special club challenge that, you know, we set up as a team of 4 or 5. So 4 or 5 coaches got together as a little team, and they whoever got the most points as a team, you know, win prizes, blah blah blah. I mean, I knew I wasn't going to win the top prize or whatever, because all the top coaches probably win those, but it's neat. It's a way to, you know, move your business forward and to work as a team, to motivate each other, and blah blah blah. So I was the only person who did not get any points that month on my team. And I, number 1, was embarrassed. Number 2, I was devastated. And I started thinking to myself, like, well, duh, I didn't get any of the points, and I didn't succeed that month because I wasn't putting the work in. And that's when I vowed from that moment on that I was never going to allow that to happen again. So I made sure that my focus, because, you know, we were struggling financially at the time, and my goal was to make extra income so I can stay at home to live with my, you know, to be with my son. And so from that moment forward, like, I was just like, all right, I'm in this. I really want this. Number 1, I have the passion of helping people. And number 2, I really want to build a successful Beachbody business. So then I started, you know, setting my business hours and making sure that the 3 vital behaviors were getting done every single day. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So Success Club. What is a Success Club that you probably have heard about before? Have you guys heard about what that is? Okay. And actually, we'll be going over, I'm actually, I think this is either Monday or Tuesday post of next week of Success Club, but I kind of feel that it's very important as a new coach to know what Success Club means. And basically, Success Club is an incentive program through Beachbody that you get a lot of incentives from. And number 2, it's a good way to show that you're moving your business forward, that you're doing what you need to do to grow your business every month. Okay, so Success Club, basically, there's a Success Club 5 and there's a Success Club 10. So you can either hit Success Club by reaching 5 points or 10 points. So, but the minimum 5. So how do you get Success Club? So a challenge pack, which is a workout program plus Shakeology, that equals 2 points. So you sell 1 challenge pack, you automatically get 2 points. And then if you sell Shakeology Home Direct, that's 1 point. So any variation of that to get to 5, you're already at Success Club 5. So if you sell 2 challenge packs or 1 Shakeology or whatever, 3 challenge packs, you're at Success Club 5. So then you hit Success Club 10 is any variation of those, whatever. So your goal to every single month as a coach is to try and hit Success Club 5. And so the incentives of hitting Success Club. So every month that you hit, we call it SC. Every month that you hit SC, you get actually some kind of gift from Beachbody. This month happens to be Beachopoly or something. It's a Monopoly game through Beachbody, which I think is kind of cool, but whatever. But it could be Beachbody swag. It could be, I got this really neat jump mat. I got these weighted wristbands, personal development books. Every single month I've gotten something, which I think is really cool. So, which I think is really awesome in Beachbody, because there's over 200,000 coaches in Beachbody, and they're sending gifts to everybody who hits their numbers. So another incentive, which is the big, well, not the biggest, but which is a big one for me, is that if every point that you get, okay, so there's a Beachbody trip every year. This year it's Cancun. Next year they're chartering a Royal Caribbean, the largest ship that they have, to send all of us on a cruise. So every single dollar that you earn, every single point that you earn is a what they call like this year they call them resort dollars. But anyway, it's $1 towards your goal. So if you hit Success Club every single month, you can earn a free trip through Beachbody, basically, in short. So if you hit Success Club every month, you guys will get to go on that trip next year. So when I post that, you have to register for the trip, which I highly recommend you do. There is a waiting list, but it sounds like the majority of people on the waiting list are going to get on. So when I post about it next week, you'll get the link to register for that trip, which I highly recommend that you do. I made the mistake because I signed on as a coach December of 2013, and when they announced the trip in January 2014 of where everybody was going for 2015, I didn't sign up right away, and I regret it to this day because I earned that free trip to Cancun this year, and I'm not off the waiting list, and I'm really bummed about that. But there's only, I think, like 1,800 rooms at this resort that they went to, so it is a bigger wait. They didn't expect the big boom that they've got this year from last year from coaching in the beginning of this year, so they got smart and they chartered a bigger boat, a bigger place for everybody to go. So. And what's really cool about it is, number one, you get a free trip. And number two, you get to work out with all the celebrity trainers live on the boat. So Shaun T and Autumn Calabrese and Tony Horton and Shailene Extreme, you get to do live workout with them, which I'm really excited for. So that's another incentive as to hit Success Club every month. So what's also really cool is that for new coaches, there's even a bigger incentive. So if you hit Success Club your first month as a brand new coach, you get a call with Carl Daikeler, who is the CEO of Beachbody, which is really awesome. He's a great guy. Love hearing him speak. Who is also the co-creator of Beachbody, by the way. So, and then if you hit Success Club the first 3 months of being a coach, you earn a free ticket to Summit, which has a value to close to $300. So every year, Beachbody has this huge Beachbody convention, and they call it Summit. This year it's in Nashville. Last year it was in, all the previous years I think it was in Las Vegas. So you earn a free ticket to Summit. I believe this year it's in July, and I do believe you could earn that free ticket for this year's Summit, but if it's too late, it's definitely next year's Summit. So every coach, and I'm really looking forward to going this year because Summit, everybody says that they double their business every time that they come back from that. So they recommend that every single coach goes to Summit because there's just a lot of great training, and you just learn so much, and being a part of all this awesomeness of us Beachbody coaches, it's just a really cool thing, and it's a pretty big deal. So it just gives you an incentive as new coaches to hit Success Club, but not only for all these cool incentives, but it's also a really good benchmark to move your business forward. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Does anybody have any questions about that? So basically, another way to look at it of hitting Success Club, because you don't want to think of people as a success. It's very easy to start thinking of people and your challengers as a Success Club point, or it's very easy to start thinking of challengers as a way to make an income. And yes, we are we are in the business of making money, but at the end of the day, we're in the business of helping people. So if we let our brain being consumed with making money, our conversations are going to come across that way, and they're not going to sound like we want to help people, and we're not going to come across as we want to help them achieve their health and fitness goals and live a healthy and fulfilling life. We're going to come across as pushing the product and selling the product. So I learned that the hard way. So, and these are all things that we're going to be talking about this week. I think I posted today a video to watch about Facebook posting. I think it was today. which is actually extremely important, because when you start posting on social media about, about the products and stuff, you don't want to come across as a salesman. You want to come across as somebody who's using the product and sharing your story and your life. And the way that I look at it, because there's tons of network marketing companies out there, from Roden & Fields to Jamberry Nails to 3 Lash Mascara to whatever else is on social media. And I see Roden & Fields everywhere on my Facebook posts. Does everybody else? Yeah. So you know what? And it's always a picture of somebody's face, right? And it's not a story of, I've used this product and I feel great about myself, and I love looking in the mirror now because my skin looks beautiful, or whatever it is, glowing. It's more about, try Roden & Fields, blah blah blah, and buy it now. And I gotta be honest with you, I don't even pay attention to those posts. I skip right over them now, because they're just trying to push a product. Where for us, it's telling our story and sharing our story and making people realize, what it's doing for us and how it's making us feel. So anyway, do you guys have any questions so far about anything that is that your son? Hi.
Yes. I have a question. Like, when you said about, like, if you add somebody as a friend that you didn't know on Facebook, so you're sending them initial message and it's not Beachbody related, what do you talk about then?
So
what would you bring up as topics to start?
Right. So, like, with people that I don't know, like, typically there's a reason why I sent them a friend request. Like, for example, I know Sarah, and her and I met in one of our mom groups or a health and fitness group or whatever. I kind of wish I remembered what I sent to you. But anyway, we had a common theme. We had a common goal. You know what I mean? So, like, I felt comfortable enough to send her I wish I can scroll back and see what it was. Or if it's somebody that, from high school, or somebody that you haven't spoken to in a while. Like, as a mom, like, moms, we post pictures of kids all the time on social media. So I'm like, oh my God, hi, so-and-so, it's been a gazillion years. How are you? Your kids are adorable. Okay. How are you? And end it that way.
Okay.
But when, and I'm going to talk about like pages briefly, because I want you all to, anyway. So you want to also start expanding your network through other areas of social media. So, like, once you do, like, people are going to know that you're a health and fitness coach, and then you can start talking to them, not saying, hey, I'm a Beachbody health and fitness coach. I always start off, I want to introduce myself. I'm a health and fitness coach. Do you have any health and fitness goals? You can say, like, if you saw somebody post about wanting to lose weight, just be like, hi, I saw your post about losing weight. I'm in the same boat, or, whatever your common goal is, whatever you have in common, I feel, just start a conversation that way. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah. So, like, for me, I started with people that I knew in the very beginning, like through high school and, through college, and friends of friends, and, and people that were familiar with me. So really quickly, I want you guys, if you have a chance, and I'm surprised I don't have this in our coach training, but to Google Facebook Affinity, because did I talk about Facebook Affinity before?
Affinity?
Yeah.
Okay.
Denise, Sarah, I think I did with you, but Denise and Nikki, have you? Okay. So Facebook Affinity. So when you post something on Facebook, only like a very, very small percentage of people actually see it. So it's not all your friends that you have are going to see what you're posting. Only a very small, there's like an algorithm that Facebook uses. And so the more people that you message, the more people whose posts you comment on, and the more people that you like their posts, the more people that are going to see what you're posting. So not only are you sending messages to these people to start building relationships, but you're also starting to message these people to build your Facebook affinity. So all the top coaches, like they say, like earlier in the day when, so you're supposed to post 3 to 5 times a day, which you'll learn on social media, but they say that, you know, the day, like within 24 hours where you're about to post about your upcoming challenge group, post something like a yes or no question, like, or get an opinion. People love to tell opinions on Facebook. So like one time, like I was about to go to like a Beachbody event actually, and I had these 2 dresses, and I posted, you know, which one do you think, the red or black? And I had a gazillion comments from that. So it could be something silly, like what's your favorite color, you know, or be creative. But because like all those people are commenting and all those people are liking your post because they want to give an opinion, that it's building your Facebook affinity, and then bam, you jab them with a challenge group post to invite to your challenge group. So really quickly, I want to talk about creating a like page, because I think that this is something that's important to do as a new coach. And basically, what a like page is through Facebook, and it's basically what I call a business page. So this is like the first way that you are going to break out into the world of everybody else other than through your friends and family, like through friend requesting through your friends and family. Basically, this is an avenue for you to meet completely whole new people. So my health and fitness page is called Shannon Albright Health Fitness. I actually spelled health wrong when I was creating it, so it's actually technically Shannon Albright Heath Fitness, Motivation, Inspiration. And if you guys want to take a look at that, you know, it's just another way, it's just another avenue to post your posts and to get people. And then what's really cool is that you can create ads to send out and pay a very small amount to get all these people that you don't know to see your ad and to join your challenge group. And in fact, Nikki, that's how I met you. So I actually have a video that I created, I think like 2 weeks ago, of how you can actually go about creating your like pages. So I could post that in the group for you guys to watch. Sarah, did you see it?
I saw that somewhere, but can you post it again so that
Actually,
I
want to say, I think I might have it in the file section of our group.
Okay, because I knew I saw it somewhere.
Yeah, I watched it, and I actually have my own page set up already.
Oh, good. What's your name?
Can't remember. My Journey, I think it's called, My Journey.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So some people have names. I'm like Melanie Metro's name is Committed to Get Fit. Alyssa Showmaker's name is A Fit Nurse. There's Desire to Inspire. Like, you know, people come up with creative names. Me, I'm not a creative person, so I just stuck with, you know, Shannon Albright Health, Fitness, Motivation, Inspiration, because that speaks to me. Like, that's basically what I'm about. I want to inspire people. I want to motivate people. So, so I'll tag you guys in, for that video. I really do believe it's in the file section of our group. Okay, so we only have 2.5 minutes left before we get cut off. Do you guys, I know I spoke a lot tonight and there's a lot of information, but don't worry, you guys are going to hear this information again. Success Club, I am going to post next week about again with all that same information, so don't feel like you have to memorize it right now. I just wanted you guys to know about it, since this is, like, you are in the beginning, and I think it's important for you to know that for you to know about Success Club, because it is a benchmark of your business. And I feel like when people have goals to hit, they're more likely to work for those goals too. So know that now that you have a goal in mind of hitting at least 5 points, in the month of April, it's important. So, all right. All right, ladies. So I know it's a lot of information, and I know that you guys are feeling overwhelmed, but I promise it gets easier, okay? And just like, I know I always say this, but just like with any new job, so just stick with it. Do your power hours, concentrate, use the weekends to catch up, but try and do a little bit every day, because this week is the big week. All right, and next week we're concentrating more on rank advancement. But I feel like inviting, Facebook posting, this is where it's at this week in our business. So, all right.
Thank you.
All right. You're welcome. Have an awesome night, ladies.
You too.
Bye.
Bye.